That is so jarring, man.
I know, it's so relaxing. It's like welcome, like Sunday
Right?
morning, and I know that scream irritates some people. So it's funny that
Damn.
Hodl Boy, shout out to Hodl Boy,
Right?
for putting that together. Thank you, man.
That was a stellar piece of intro bumper music right there with some surprising shocks.
Oh, and you got your 49er cup, man.
I got my
noticed
49ers mug. Yes, I am a 49er fan. Hopefully, the
Based
folks in
out of
Dallas
Texas.
don't hate me too much. Right, based out of Texas. I am a transplant.
Oh man, I am very excited about that. I'm sure people don't want to hear us talk about it, but I could talk about that for an hour. But we're not going to do that. I promise.
Oh, here. Let's turn on the chat. We got some chats already.
Yeah.
Oh, when I turn it on, I lose the chats that were already there, but that's all right. Dylan, Hollowboy6 is already there. Digibite's already in. All right, Boomski. We've got some folks. How was your week?
All right, there he is. My week was all right, man. I had a pretty good week.
Yeah.
It's been exciting. It's been a whirlwind. I'm the new year is looking like it's going to be busy, which is the way I want it.
Yeah,
the way I want it. Yeah,
busy is good.
I think so. How about your week?
My week was full of ups and downs, man. So we're trying to launch this new citrus thing. We'll get into it in a little bit, but like we were pushing to like push the release out Saturday, and then we couldn't do it, and then we're like, okay. So it was like we're almost there, and then nope, we're not. And then there's a couple of interviews. I had one cancel. I had one that got surprise added in. It was just a topsy-turvy week, man.
Which one was the surprise? Which one was a surprise?
Oh, you'll have to wait.
Okay, so we have that on the agenda, huh?
We have that one on the agenda. Well, actually, it's in the can now, so we're waiting for it to be edited, and then we'll release that one. I think probably tomorrow when airdrop. Oh, Daisy's in. Party time.
Yeah.
All right.
What's up, Daisy?
All right. We got about 45 minutes because we had technical difficulties to get through some stuff. So let's see if we can get through all top 10 topics that we've got going on. So first up, we got the Yieldly YESP.
Well, you're not even trying to give that a pronunciation.
No, right? We're just going yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So Yieldly's esports conundrum, which was mixed reactions from the community. Right. We had a lot of pro, a lot of cons. I am pro this move. I am I'm likely to give the Yieldly team a pass because of their past performance. They've done some things that I haven't agreed with, and they've made a few missteps, and I think they've corrected them pretty quickly. Where do you fall down on this? Are you in favor of the new token and the new situation?
Well, look, I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say that I'm in favor, but I'm also not, I'm not going to assume that I know exactly what's right to do. And so clearly Polygon is a huge opportunity for these GameFi metaverse plays, these esports. So there's a huge network over there. And I think that there potentially could be a lot of positives of onboarding Polygon users and, kind of growing our space. And it also doesn't touch Yieldly, DeFi products on Algorand. So I think we probably overreacted a little bit. I think that's probably my main thing, but we'll see because I get the complaint that it seems like everywhere you look, they're people were wanting more utility for the Yieldly token. And so now they're creating a new token on Polygon. There's a new governance token. And they're like, so wait, what is Yieldly going to do?
Yeah, I see a lot of talking about some dilution, but I don't see it that way. And I'm not one to second guess their business, but I definitely want to, be a part of their ecosystem. And it seems like, from my perspective, like Yieldly wants to be the hub. So they've got their DeFi Central, and Yieldly is like the base pair, in my opinion, right? So everything is staked against Yieldly. And so I think of Yieldly as it's like the international airport or the international, marketplace. You go in and you could spend your Yieldly there. You probably pay a little bit of a premium because you're in a weird location. You're like an outlet mall or something. Whereas if you went to the actual location, you pay a little less when you're using their native currency. But it's a nice centralized hub. Now, I also think of the esports thing as kind of like a joint venture. And, you didn't want to give up a whole bunch of your parent company, or maybe these other esports teams want to get involved. We don't know the extent of what's going to happen with that program. So what if there are other companies? maybe you want to build something else separately so that they can have an interest in that without giving up part of your mothership. And I don't know, I'm just conjecture here. But I like the fact that they are expanding and growing the ecosystem, and they did address it and said, hey, we know this. We know this is coming. And JT's got an awesome video I'm planning on watching. I think it's tomorrow with Seb.
Yeah,
right?
tomorrow. Tomorrow evening. Something in the evening, I believe, around 5:00 p.m. maybe my time. Pacific. Yeah. If anybody knows, you can put it in the comments. But I mean, I tend to agree. Look, and at least it's Polygon. It's not, Ethereum. Yeah.
I'm with it. All right, we'll carry on. So
cool.
The Algorand AMA. So you missed it. I caught sporadic pieces of it. Besides some technical issues, there were some cool issues or some cool I don't know what do you call them, features that were brought up. So they addressed the fact that, hey, if we've got everybody, on board that we want to have on board, 10,000 transactions per second is nowhere near where we need to be. Right. How does that make you feel? Does that not make you bullish?
That makes me bullish.
Right.
I mean, that's incredible. Yeah, absolutely. And it seems so. So there you go. It's 4:00 tomorrow. My time, 7:00 Eastern.
7:00 Eastern.
There we go. So if anybody's not looking at the chats, there you go. Mm-hmm. Let's not switch topics yet. He's like, wait a second.
Well, no, we got 10 topics to get through in 50 minutes before we join our Twitter space, Chris. All
right. So we do, but that's funny. Look, the problem is that I didn't see the AMA, but what you're saying right now is that they're saying 10,000 transactions per second isn't going to be enough, which means that there's a lot coming. And I think we all know a lot is coming. And if you're one of us guys that are paying so close attention, you're thinking, oh man, nothing's going to happen. Like the big announcement's going to be like a Colombian, why we're going to get to it, but there's been a bunch of wallets created. Yeah. So I think that, we have Scaramucci out there talking about big corporate partners. And I think you're right. I think that we have a lot of big things, and that 40,000 transactions per second is what we're
46,000. I think is the number that's floated around. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that'd be good.
Humble's going to take 10,000 TPS all day by itself. All right. Humble is going to be big. So that's the other thing, too, that got brought up in the AMA. They're talking about, additional DEXs that are coming online. And the more DEXs that are there, the more stable the environment will be for Algorand and for everyone involved. So, the more the merrier. Let's grow this beast. So if everybody is on board, then if one piece falls, everybody else can kind of pick up the slack kind of a thing. So I like that. Kelly made an announcement, or she tried to make an announcement. I think that the wallet upgrade was coming up, next week or something. But then the dev team was like, whoa, hold on, maybe next month. So there is apparently a wallet upgrade coming as well with some cool features.
Which we'll be able to see our NFTs in the official wallet. Is that correct?
Right. Yes. Yeah. I was really hoping for some the ability to sort and file your wallet in some way, shape, or form, like subdivide it into different categories. Because I would like a separate category for my NFTs, a separate category for my ASAs, a separate category for just junk. I need a spam folder in my wallet is what I need at this point in time. Yeah,
I think that's a good question. If Chris would like to answer that question about is Humble trying to compete with Yieldly directly, I think I'm interested in that. But yeah, I mean, I would like to see my NFTs in my official wallet. I would use it more often for NFTs for sure. Yeah. And then what are some other the upgrades? Do you know, or
I don't know, but our timer just went off. You
got a bell?
I got a bell.
Man,
it's time to go.
If anybody's seen my interviews, I tend to go on and on and on, but it seems like Crypto Nerd has got a little more structure. It's good. All right. I like it.
Alchemy Pay.
Right.
All right. Let's talk about Alchemy Pay. Their gateway to fiat on ramps, I think, is a huge deal, and gateway to payment systems that are already integrated with places like Shopify. I think it's probably their biggest merchant.
Right. Yeah, they have with Binance. I think they've teamed up with Binance, and they have some sort of thing with Shopify. There's a lot of guys I at least in the Algonauts Discord that are also invested in AMP, and which is the collateral token of Flexa. and they're a direct, pretty much a direct competitor to Alchemy Pay. So this was probably maybe disappointing news to all the AMP holders in the Algorand community. Any AMP holders in the comments? You disappointed? Right. But I mean, that's fantastic. Being able to onboard fiat with a MasterCard or a PayPal or whatever through Alchemy Pay. I think it's a big deal. Why does Seb hate us? We're going to talk about.
We'll get into that in just a few minutes. Yeah, I agree. I think the Alchemy Pay thing is a big deal for Algorand ecosystem. It's a big deal for crypto in general. And it's nice
we're gonna
mainstream action there.
Yeah, right. I think people are gonna want the easier you can put fiat into it and mess around. It's a
Oh, you mentioned Algonauts earlier, and Chris is on here, so I was happy to see the Algonaut Shaman get on board with Humble Chris's team over there. So that was
absolutely
a cool. I don't know, what do we call that? An update this week.
Update addition to Humble. So I think that they did a good job. Yeah, woohoo. Yeah, or woo woo. Yeah, I like it. I like Shaman. Shaman and I are doing a couple interviews together this week too. We're going to talk to Algo Oracle, and we're going to talk to Choice Coin this week.
Yeah.
So if anybody's interested, check it out. Are not competitors. AMP is poorly understood by retail investors. I know, but maybe they're just competitors on StockTwits because they're very mean to each other. All right. I don't know why I still signed on to StockTwits, by the way. That has become a hellscape, but that's neither here nor there.
It's like a train wreck. You just can't help but all right, let me go take a look. Pop my head in there every once in a while. You know what? Before we get into the influx of wallets, I think it's very cool that a lot of us who have been in the community in one way, shape, or form are stepping up and getting, picked up or affiliated or, becoming ambassadors. Almost every one of the OGs that has been around in the Twitter space or YouTube is now, has some kind of official standing or has some kind of, a project of their own or something that's out there. Right? Cody's on here, right? So we got a lot of folks who, are now part of the ecosystem in a more formal way. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah. And, I think that it's good fortune for all of us here that I believe, and I really believe that we're early. This is an early thing that we're at. I mean, Algorand's big. It's great. I don't know if it's in the top 20 in market cap right now, but it's a big project already, but I believe that we're early. And I think that all of us that are here investing, talking about it, building things, I think that it's an exciting future. I think that there's a lot of cool things that are going to be coming.
Yeah.
And there's also a lot of, scary things with the economy and global conflict, but that's not what this show's about.
All right. That sounded like ominous there for a second. All right.
Well,
let's go to the influx of wallets. So have you been keeping track of how many wallets have been added? What's really good about this is Algo family, Michael Jordan, who is also hooked up with some of the headline folks. He keeps everybody up to date, and he tracks these wallets like a hawk. He's like all over it all the time. He posts these.
That guy's a hawk about it all. I mean, he's
everywhere all the time. I'm pretty sure he's a clone, and he's got a computerized version of himself. Maybe clone of an Android, or I don't know, something there. But
maybe do you think Silvio has a chamber where he creates these people like Daisy and Michael Jordan?
Yeah, right?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure. So Sophia was at Decipher, the AI robot or whatever, and I'm pretty sure that was Michael Jordan. Just disguised, it was just the AI, just transplanted. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you actually met these guys because I don't have a face to either Michael Jordan or Daisy, but you met both of these guys, didn't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was a good time. So we got to break bread and have some dinner. One of these times we'll get you out and about, and maybe the next Decipher event. Oh, that happened at the AMA too. Kelly confirmed that Decipher will be an annual event.
Nice.
She was looking at Miami and other locations. I think their team was looking at.
I'm not missing it next time.
Yeah.
But so to talk to the influx of wallets, I am tracking it, maybe not as closely as Michael Jordan, but I noticed that I think that there was a nearly 20% increase just from the beginning of this year. So there's certainly something happening. I think it went from 18 million to over 20 million in a couple of weeks. Yeah. So, and then even I don't remember the number, but earlier, in 2021, it was ridiculously, it was so much less. So the wallets accounts, they are growing fast. So what do you think it is? What do you think it is?
So it appears to be like there's like a parabolic shift, right? As some of these institutions come on board, and when you see numbers like that, I'm guessing it's institutions or governments or some
Yeah.
type of big agency, right? So as
Yeah.
another country comes on board and they put together something like a COVID passport, is controversial some of that is, or another country tracking medical records,
Right.
or hell, maybe it's another company or another group like we've got out of Italy with the music NFT
Right.
right? So maybe it's another big agency or something.
Massive, well, and that's what I think. I think that you're on it there, and I think it has I mean, look, I don't know. We're speculating, and that's
Yeah,
part of
wild
the fun.
speculation.
Yeah, but that's I think you have Scaramucci out there saying that there's a couple of corporate announcements that are coming soon, right? Big corporations coming soon. And then, if you were tracking it last year, there was the partnership with oh man, what is it called? Nax Group. So Skybridge and Nax Group came together and they created a fund called Unlocks. And the Unlocks, if you read the press release in late November, they quote a world leading retailer and manufacturer doing like a buy now pay later thing, which are like consumer loan NFTs. And then there's also one of the largest art insurers are going to be doing something. And Spin Magazine is supposed to go live early this year with NFT, like a marketplace for their like cover art and like most iconic photography and things like that. So I suspect and I hope that all those wallets are something to do with one of these corporate ventures. And I'm really curious about this, especially that huge retailer manufacturer with this buy now pay later thing. And I don't know if anybody knows the details of that. I don't think that the details of that have been revealed, but
no, not yet. I have been hearing rumblings. So I'm in the real estate and finance industry is my day job. And I've been hearing rumblings for at least 3 months now of the D5 Refi coming. The D5 Refi is where you are able to take some of your cash out and invest some of the cash out initially, just a small percentage of it in some kind of a DeFi action, or it's a tokenized or peer-to-peer actual like a second lien. Like a cash out loan or something along those lines. So I would not be surprised if we get an announcement from a company that's doing a couple $1 billion in total volume in the next 90 days. I thought it would have already happened, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to get an announcement from one of those big companies relatively soon in the US. So we'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it seems clear that a lot of institutional announcements are coming, and I think that's going to be fantastic.
All right. Next up, we got Zone. So Zone is totally what they made. They have investors a little over 4 million now, and I think recently they had another raise for a little over 2 million. Right. And I don't know if that was just a reseed or if that was a Series A or what they're calling that. And maybe it's none of the above because it's not a traditional type of a raise. But play to earn definitely has come to Algorand, and I know there's a lot of players in this, right? I think we've got David Sinjin. He's doing a bunch of that stuff as well. I think he pivoted from some of his original because he saw the potential here in the play to earn. And I think Chris is probably working in somewhere. He's got, he's dabbling in a bunch of different projects. Right. Yep. Chris. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I saw that Algorand, I think it was the official Twitter account. They tweeted some relationship with Le Mans, the European racing,
the bike
virtual
stuff?
Racing. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think it's Formula One.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So there's some sort of virtual, but it's huge. Not here because we only know NASCAR and that's it. But Formula One's a big deal. Virtual over there. So that, I mean, it's absolutely. And then also Zone had an announcement that they are, because they're doing all these IDOs with these launch pads and I don't even know the names of them, Equinox or whatever they're called. And they announced that they're going to do something just for the Algorand community. And so if anybody's out there that wants to take part in it, the only thing I really know about this is that you should go to their website and get on the wait list if you want to. I don't, it's up to you. I have no idea, but it seems like like you said, all of this money they're raising, that's just bullish, man. When you have institutions putting that amount of money into a kind of, GameFi type of thing on Algorand, that just shows that they see, where this is headed. And So, you know,
their press release was very bullish on Algorand, and just talking about the its ability to leapfrog other chains here in the near future and how it's undervalued currently. They were also obviously very bullish on the play to earn type of market, and highlighted that in the Philippines there were people legitimately just playing games and out earning their peers. Who had a regular day job or what have you.
Well, they what they said in that was basically what you said, but they said that there are people in the Philippines that are Axie Infinity is their main source of income.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, this is what we're doing the same thing, Monty. Basically, we're trying to make this our main source of income. So we're playing games too.
We hop in here. We just have fun. All right.
That's what I'm doing. All right.
So I'm an old school gamer. I used to play World of Warcraft back in the day, and you could have World of Warcraft WoW Gold, and you could create characters, you could build them up, and you could sell them. And this is the first time I remember learning about any kind of a digital currency before crypto was even a thing, but it still kind of was in the same vein. And I had a buddy who traded I forget how much gold, but it was a healthy amount of gold that he had in his WoW character for like an old beat up VW bug. That's crazy. We're like 1920. Yeah. It was longer than I want to say, right? When WoW first came out. So, but he traded this for in real life, physical asset. And that's the first time I really saw the possibility for, okay, so, playing a game, earning can turn into real life rewards, something physical, something tangible. And that to me is just it's just come full circle. It's taken a lot longer to hit more mainstream, but the idea is still out there. And I think it's valid.
And it's just interesting for me. I've never been much of a gamer like that. I was more of a Madden, Mario. I never really got into. I never got onto the computer and started playing games. It's interesting to know that just even that long ago, because you're almost 60, right?
Yeah, I'm almost 60 in a couple weeks.
Whatever. Is what a Sai is it? So not a real gamer is absolutely right. That's I'm not a real gamer.
He was a part timer.
But I'm getting back into it now. I have a 7-year-old son, so but he's interested in the same things. We're playing Super Mario Party. That's our big game right now. All right. And what I was that's it. So that's cool. Okay. Yeah.
Next,
I'm gonna Algorand.
Next up, Citrus. So citrus.io, the landing page is still very generic, very basic. We were hoping to get it out yesterday. It looks like it's going to get released on Tuesday with the roadmap, the release of the team, and the breakdown of the various different categories and the use cases of the Nerd Coin. We'll also release the pre-sale information. I can't really give a whole ton of information just yet, but I can tease a few things for the audience. So
let's do it.
The Nerd Coin itself will be used for the utility token on the site. The site itself is crowdsourced reviews of projects. So I don't know about you, but I got too many projects coming at me. There's over 1,000 people building on Algorand in any given moment right now, and probably more that we just don't know. They're just being quiet about it. But we got guys like Michael Jordan who's out there, and everybody else knows that, hey, there's that one project. I wonder if Krypto and Coop know about this. Well, now there's a website you can go to. You can plug in a project. If you want to do a little bit of research on there, link their, LinkedIn or what have you, then the community can go in and upvote or downvote and say, okay, this is legit or this isn't a legit. So now World of Light maybe won't happen where there's an NFT project that's out there that gets rugged or something like that, because there's a hub where you can go in and say, hey, does anybody know anything about this project? Let's do a little bit of research ahead of time, and we can crowdsource all of that research. So we will pay via nerd bounties for that research. So the Nerd Coin will be paid out in bounties. There's some other cool things that are happening with the Nerd Token itself. You'll be able to get exclusive NFTs.
So does that, are you going to have some sort of if somebody posts good information, then there's rewards, or how are you going to determine how much nerd somebody gets and stuff like that?
Yes. So we will release all that information. So I told you it was just a teaser. That's a very good question.
Okay.
The answer is yes. We will have levels. And part of it is how interactive you are with the website and the community in general. How many do you post? And there's going to be tiered systems. So it's sort of like almost like a commission-based system where the more you do, the higher your earnings will be.
So so this seems like to me a very because I'm constantly looking into all the different things, and I have to go to Discord, and then I have to go to a different Discord, and thankfully we have people like Michael Jordan, Daisy, and then what's his name, Crypto Squirrel's always in there making sure people stay honest, and so we have so these guys are going to be great resources obviously on your platform. But instead of me having to go all these different places for the Algorand community, we're going to have one place, which it'll be more possible to keep it organized and find, okay, I want to know more about Zone. I go to Zone, and then I have all of these people that are incentivized to do research and give good information on those projects.
Yes.
That's yes.
That's right? You nailed it. I just posted the ASA ID in there as well. You can go check it out. Everything's still in the creator's wallet still. It hasn't been distributed or anything. We'll plug that into a multi-sig wallet.
What's the max supply there?
I think we decided on 1 billion. Right?
There you go.
1 billion.
Yeah.
So you can see that.
Look, well, if anybody watched my algo rant from the other day, I debuted Coop Coin, right? So, first the joke was Coop Yieldly, but then because they were issuing a new coin for my paywall, but
should be Cooply.
Cooply. Oh, Cooply. I like that. Yeah. No, there's no Coop coin there, but I do have a little graphic for it, which is kind of funny. All right.
I do like it.
There we go. So I'm excited about Citrus, man. Good job. So we're basically, I don't think people want to call it this, but it's like a Yelp for, we talked about this last week too, but it's a little bit for Algorand.
Yeah. It'll also be good for investors. If you want to invest in some of these projects, we'll put the links there so investors can do that. Eventually we're thinking about doing some PR, helping you with launches and things like that. So there's some cool stuff to come down the road, and you'll see it all on the roadmap, and it stretches out for the next 18 months or so.
Yep. All right.
So let's talk about your stuff. Headline. So what's new with Headline? Can you give us the inside scoop now? What's going on?
I mean, what? Yeah, look, Headline. I've interviewed Aaron from Headline a few times on the Recoup. We have a good rapport. And he was like, look, man, do you want me to sponsor your show? And let's help grow your show. And let's, I think he's been watching my show and wishing it was better. So he's like, I gotta help this guy, So, no, look, obviously there's a lot of great things with Headline, and Headline has this penchant for getting out ahead, right? They're like, look, we're going to try to fix these things. And they're always coming out with all these new great things. I think tomorrow they announced that they're going to, Adapt's going to go live, or there's a site for DAO tools.
For DAOs. In fact, I was looking at this because I've been thinking with JT and a few of the other folks who are real estate focused to start. How do we start a real estate DAO? I want to do it. So anyway, I was stoked to see that some DAO tools are coming out.
Hey, you're okay. I need to talk to you more frequently because you're so driven. I just every time I go over there, it's like, okay, now you got Citrus. Before you found a queen, and then and then you got now you have this, and you're like, I want to start a DAO, and I'm like, I think I need to go to the plant store. You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to keep up with Swenner over there because that guy is driven. He's doing a little bit of everything.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, it's so exciting. I know he always likes to go on Crypto Nerd Don't Stop. That's right. You don't stop, man. Yeah. But yeah, I'm thrilled. This is fantastic for me, my show. I'm excited to, and did you see the Recoup Astro collab? Did you catch I
didn't see that, but I have seen an NFT of you as a fox.
Yeah, there's me as a fox. That's right. And in this shirt, by the way.
In that shirt, yes.
With these plants. So look, so there's an Algo Astro, and they have the astronaut with the mustache and the plants and a cool background. It looks good.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I did see this. Yeah, that is their NFT series that they're doing. I did, as a matter of fact, see this roll through my timeline. In fact, I think it was part of. I don't know if it was right after the announcement or if it was tied to it. And I think I even posted a comment. It was
You
something
might
about,
have. You might have. It
out of this
clearly
world.
it clearly left an impression.
Mm,
No, but a cool thing for me was, the other night I had posted something like "Ma, I made it" or something like a post, and I woke
yeah.
up and Silvio McCauley had liked my post. So guys, I can
Oh,
rest now. I can rest.
that is stellar, right? Your
Let's go
career
home.
is done. You
I'm
got
done. I'm done.
sponsored, and
I'm like, he liked my post. Clearly, the next step, Silvio, is coming on the recoup.
that's right.
You go from like a tweet to arriving on the show is the way I like to think about it. But
I hope that happens.
me too.
I almost forgot NFTs. You know what? We should
Yeah.
partner on an NFT project. We should just make one
Yeah.
for the channel or something. We should do something like
Oh
that.
yeah, we should do some sort of coffee thing.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a
I
bunch
like
of
it.
folks out there who I'm sure would help us. I'm not super artistic, but I mean, I can mint some stuff. I know how to do that.
Yeah, me too. I can do
I
that
almost
too.
forgot the pre-sale stuff though is tied into the Crypto Nerd NFTs. So each NFT has a unit number. So and they
Mhm.
start at 00. So the 00 is first in line if they want to be in line for the
Oh,
pre-sale for Nerd. I'll put out the links and it's going to go live. I think on Tuesday we'll put the link there for the pre-sale stuff. So, but if you own an NFT and you want to get in on the pre-sale, then it's your line spot is reserved by the unit number of your NFT.
all right.
And it'll accelerate to the next available spot if there's one that's available that's better. If you got NFT number 405 or something, whatever that is.
You're gonna be all right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, what's next? Oh, check this out.
Oh yeah, here we go. Seb versus Lee. Do you guys want to talk about that? Should we talk about that?
I was hesitant to put this on here because I don't want to stir the pot too much, but I also kind of want to stir the pot a little bit and just see what's happening. And
Okay.
Sometimes I wonder. So Lee is a master, manipulator of the media, kind of like
yeah.
our boy Justin from Tron. So I feel
Jesus.
like he.
By the way, so you came out the gate with master manipulator and comparing him to Justin's son. Okay.
Yes. I'm going there.
So he's coming. So we clearly have a Yieldly guy here, folks.
I'm not surprised. I'm not mad at him for it. Like I think it's part brilliance. So if this is contrived, and this happens in the music industry where they have rivalries. You think about East Coast, West Coast, like this is not unusual.
This is our Biggie. This is our Algorand Biggie and Pac for sure.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So what if this is just a marketing, like, hey, I got to stir the pot a little bit on his behalf to raise awareness.
No, they're not there. They are clearly not coordinated on this.
I'm giving them too much credit. Okay.
Yeah.
They're just having a pissing match. And
you got a British guy and an Aussie, and Lee was trolling the other day. Yeah, he sure was. Yeah. And it's pretty funny. And I had said the other day on the recoup that Lee clearly saw an opportunity to pile on. And, I can't get mad at somebody that likes to pile on because I'm a bit of a piler, if you're on my fantasy football chats, I'm the guy that likes to take the joke a little too far, kind of. So I get it, but it's unfortunate. I mean, do you know any details about this? Like what are we doing here? Why do they not like each other so much?
Why was there bad blood back from the day? So there were rumblings back when Opulus initially put the pools on with Yieldly. And then very shortly after that, Opulus also had liquidity pools in other locations. And I think that there was either that wasn't, that was frowned upon by the Yieldly team, or something happened there where I think Opulus was, almost like they were cheating on him. Like they were stepping out just a little bit early on. And maybe it wasn't agreed upon. Maybe it was. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't there. But I think early on there was definitely those rumblings that there was sort of a rift.
Yeah, I mean, based on what I've seen and the just tweets from both of them, it appeared that Opulus came to Yieldly wanting to work together in a certain capacity. This is my total guess. And then Yieldly was like, no, we've already agreed. Like, we're going to do your project just like we do all of them. And then I wonder if Opulus saw that, their token go up to $5-6. And they're like, wait a second, this isn't in our best interest anymore. We want to renegotiate. We're a big boy. You know what I mean? We're big timers here. And let's take this to the next level. And then Yieldly was like, no, man, we got a contract. This is the way it's supposed to go. But that's pure speculation. If anybody has any insight, you can go ahead and put, they both suck, to be honest.
Right.
Well, all I know is that I saw Seb say he has broad shoulders, and so he can take it, and then and he would work with them. But it seems clear to me that Lee has no interest in working with Seb.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't believe that is a mutual feeling.
Yeah, I would. That's exactly what it seems like. I think you probably nailed it as best as we can tell, right?
And Cody says, and I talked about that. And I felt bad. I did an Opulus video, and I didn't want to come off as bearish, but it's hard not to notice that there is borderline artificial scarcity in that token. Like, and it was when it was going up to $5-6, I couldn't in good conscience go out there and be like, hey, this is a great time to buy. I mean, it felt like it was, look, they need to release more. There needs to be more in circulation, because they're being very kind of
manipulative.
Well, you called them a master manipulator. You're the one that said master manipulator. So that was Crypto Nerd, not me, but everybody.
I mean, if the shoe fits.
But he's definitely entertaining. He showed his Lee is definitely entertaining. He showed his Brazilian house. I want to move to Brazil now and go to his barbecues and drink Negronis. So I don't want to say anything that's going to eliminate that potential. Right.
Right.
He seems like fun to drink with.
He absolutely does. And I'm not mad at him for any of the interaction that they've had. And so I hope he's not offended if I call him, manipulative. I'm not meaning that in a bad context. Like, I'm almost like that's a compliment from a certain perspective, that he can work the media machine, and he knows how to make his people money, and he knows how to raise awareness, and he knows how to do a bunch of those things that will benefit himself, his shareholders, and a bunch of his token holders are super stoked about it, right?
For sure. And I mean, and then and then if there's anything that somebody that is heading a crypto project likes to be compared to, is Justin's son. I think most people like to be compared to Justin's son. So the Fox said, Apple signed contract without doing research on it, post from Lee in their Telegram, then wanted to change it, and Yieldly told them otherwise. Yeah, that's basically that's what I was trying to, that's kind of what I kind of figured from the tweets.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. We'll see what happens to them. If it shakes out, if it doesn't, it'll raise awareness.
I definitely want them both to succeed, and I want everybody that's invested in those projects to make lots of money.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about NFTs. Any NFT news besides your own, I guess, of the week, or hell, maybe that is your favorite now. That would be mine. What other NFT stuff do you want to talk about this week?
Well, I had an interesting conversation, and since we have Chris here, that's also, or all these guys. When I did my video the other day, I wanted to show the Recoup Astro, and I thought, okay, well, I'm not going to just be presumptive. I'm not going to just presume I can do that. So I thought to reach out to the new owner of that NFT. It's his profile picture, and he was kind. He said, absolutely, man, go ahead and put it on there. And then I was corrected in the Algonauts Discord that no, it wasn't the NFT owner that I was supposed to ask. I was supposed to ask Headline. Now, fortunately, Headline has no problem with me posting. Right.
You got a good relationship there. Okay.
Yeah, I have somewhat of a nice relationship with them, so that's all good. Yeah. But I was like, oh, okay. So that conversation was interesting to me. So as the, oh boy.
Yeah. NFT ownership rights. Yeah.
That's interesting. What do you know about that? Yeah.
So I own a very small book publishing company. And I was looking at maybe making a year in Algorand NFTs. So maybe getting the top 100 NFTs and publishing a coffee table book, which I thought would be a cool idea. And then we start looking at, okay, well, how do we get rights to post this in a book? Do we have to distribute, royalties? How do we, do we want to give some of this to maybe a good cause? How do we do that? And it's really difficult. It's kind of murky. So if you review something, maybe you can use the image because you're doing a bona fide review. That's allowed. But it's also really complicated because some of these NFT artists are international, and some of them have disappeared. They're anonymous and they're gone now. So this is really a gray area. So what do I do? Like, what if I want to post a World of Light, NFT in this book, but that owner is now gone. He is MIA. Can anybody just nobody's going to come after me? How do I just post credits as his old Twitter handle? I don't know what I would do. But an NFT review might very well have one of his, pieces in there and say, okay, if we're just talking about all the NFTs in the year, like that made some news. So,
and then, and that's where I wanted to, that's where my question is that, so let's say you make this coffee table book and it's for profit, clearly. And, and you want to put Algorand in there, and you get the permission from Algorand, but then you're putting, somebody owns that NFT that you're putting in the book. And so they have no rights to the to that picture. Like, so they own it, but you can make money off a book with that image in it. That seems, I don't know. That seems a little unfortunate.
That is weird. I think of the NFT, almost like I don't know, like a Chris this is triggering.
He's triggered.
Yeah.
You know what? I think Chris should be our first outside guest on the show, and we'll just have him like in the corner, and he can just correct us and like chime in real fast. Like, no, God,
you're wrong.
You're wrong. Let me break this down for you. All right. But yeah, okay, go ahead.
If I buy a piece of artwork from an artist, I can't just go put that on T-shirts and license that out. The original artist probably retains some of those rights, or maybe I have to sign some initial agreement for to buy the artwork. It's kind of like if I buy land, do I also own the mineral rights? Maybe we have to separate those in the near future.
Well, and then also, of course, there's the card comparison. Like, you could, if you own a Michael Jordan rookie card, and then the Michael Jordan rookie card gets put into the all-time sporting cards of all time, they're not going to pay the owners of Michael Jordan rookie cards. They're going to pay Topps or Fleer or whoever promotes, whoever was the maker of that. Yeah. And, but at the same time, I still think that's different, because there's a ton of Michael Jordan rookie cards out there. And, or probably not a ton, but there's a lot of Michael Jordan rookie cards out there. Most NFTs are one of one, but at the same time, also, most NFTs are part of a collection. So Algorand they're all unique, but they're also very similar in a lot of ways. So Algorand should own that overall brand. Yeah. Right. So yeah, it is definitely a gray area. It'll be interesting to see as that space matures and how this kind of shakes out. And I guess NFT artists can also like make announcements or have terms like, hey, anybody can use this however they want. You can make a coffee cup line or something, a t-shirt line with my NFT. But and I've seen some NFT artists do that. So we'll see.
Yeah. Butters wants to know if we're attending the AMA. I intend on tuning in, so I should be there.
Yeah, I'll definitely be tuning in as well.
I think somebody posted the link in the time here earlier too. All right, let's move on.
Let's do it.
Well, New Year's resolution. So we've arrived at number 10. I have only had to ring the bell once so that we could.
I was in the beginning.
Quickly. I was in the beginning, so we're pretty good on time. Yeah. New Year's resolutions. We're 16 days in, half a month. Are you keeping to your New Year's resolutions? What were your resolutions?
Well, I am. Well, I'm not going to talk about that one, but I'm keeping that one. Okay. And, all right. And then, in general, I am I want to, my resolution is to stay on it and not take my foot off and continue to go forward, try to level up a little bit here, have content come out very consistently, and to learn more. And, and I'm here, I'm in the Algorand space, and I'm so committed to this. I'm excited to kind of grow what I know. I talk about knowing a little about a lot, and I just keep on learning more and more and more. And, I just want the Recoup to mature, get a little more polish, and, and continue to have a lot of fun. So far, so good.
Good. I like it.
Yeah.
My New Year's resolution this year has surrounded, one of them anyway, around work life, and typically it does. I've got some personal, some health, some work life stuff too. The work life one is this year. I want to help 5 projects get off the ground. One of them being citrus, and 4 of the others could be. One of them could be a real estate DAO. That's a project that I'm passionate about. I definitely want to see, somebody do it. It might as well be me, along with, several partners that, we start this thing, and then it has a life of its own, obviously. So I think we're well on our way with the citrus stuff kind of, taking off, but it's only January. We'll see at what point is too much. I don't know. Like Chris could probably attest to this. Like, how do you partition or organize your time and prioritize? Prioritizing, I think, is really a big issue for me this year. How many interviews do I do? How many people do I talk to? Who do I prioritize? Which AMA do I go to? Do I go to live events this year? And, what kind of projects do I want to help support? That's a big thing. Which one's going to have the biggest impact or make me feel good?
Yeah. And that's the truth, man. Like I've started to, I had to put my Decipher whiteboard up because I'm really kind of booking myself full now. So just do it all, he says. Yeah. Well, you do it all until you can't,
Yeah.
But man. Yeah. I stay more organized. I got to write things down. I'm pretty good at remembering what I have to do, but then you make a mistake and, then people are disappointed. So, and I got to make time for my kids. And that's probably another, it's not something that I consciously, but I thought about last night. I was like, I should probably look at my phone less and look in the eyes of my small children.
Right. Yeah. You and me both. As mine is vibrating in my back pocket, literally right now. It's like, hey, where are you at? Your Twitter space started 1 minute ago, Monty.
Did your kids call you Monty?
No. Somebody on Twitter is probably messaging me right now. My phone is blowing up.
Oh, I thought your children were texting you saying, hey, Dad.
No,
hey,
but
Monty.
But my phone is just constantly going off, right? There's all these updates, right?
There's updates. And then there's also just my obsessive compulsive wanting to check all the things. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I was looking the other day. In fact, I declared DM bankruptcy because I don't know about you, right? But I have, Twitter, Reddit, Insta, the YouTube messages. I got Telegram, Discord. There's probably like a couple others that I forgot about, right? But like all these messages, and I lose track of like, shoot, where did somebody send me a message? And sometimes it's a cross-platform. Like we'll pick up a conversation, an email that we had in Twitter, and I was like, man, I got to find one centralized service that just routes all those to me. I haven't found it yet. I thought I found one called Beeper, but it's like on invitation only or something, and so I'm on a wait list now.
What was your? Did you have a beeper code in the 90s? Did you have a code when you texted somebody to let them know it was you?
No.
Did anybody have a beeper code? I had a beeper code. I had a white beeper in high school.
Oh yeah.
That's how old I am.
Yes.
Yeah, I keep it to disc. So if anybody wants to get a hold of me, Discord, Telegram, Twitter, done.
Yeah.
No Instagram, no Facebook, no Reddit, Discord, Telegram, Twitter. That's it. I can't do any more. I don't want it. I don't want any more.
Yeah. Okay. It gets to be too much. All right.
Yeah.
All right. This has been another great week. If anybody has ideas of topics for next week, feel free to send either of us a message. We're going to do this every week. It seems like this is a good time slot for us. So
I think so too. We'll start on time next time. There was a little bit of technical difficulty, and then maybe what we should do the next time is allow one of these to be questions, because I feel like there were some questions over there that we ignored or we couldn't get to. So maybe we'll do one of the 10 will be us scrolling through the comments and trying to find some questions that people wanted answered or talked about.
I like it. All right. And
all right, man,
hop on our Twitter space, man. You never joined our Twitter space. You go hop on there right now.
Well, football season's almost over, Monty. Okay.
all
Sunday. Right. Yeah. And by the way, go 49ers, right? Everybody. There's no Cowboy
fans.
Yeah, so go 49ers. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks, everyone.